Welcome to Viewpoints. I'm Heather Isbron, and with me today is Jorhena Thomas, Director of Professional Advancement for Girls Security. Jorhena, I'm so excited that I get to interview you today. I think girls security is a huge opportunity for our nation's young girls and young women. So let's talk about you. What is your career like and how did you get there?
Well, Heather, it's great to be here with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. So I started my career in national security as an intelligence analyst for the FBI years ago, shortly after 9/11. And since then, I've done a variety of work related to information sharing and intelligence gathering in the Homeland Security, national security arena. And I currently teach at the Georgetown University School of Continuing Studies in the Applied Intelligence program. And I also have this wonderful job with Girls Security, which I absolutely love. And I was really attracted to this work because as I've gone through my career, I've often been the only woman in the room, certainly the only woman of color in the room. And as I see my students now, as I have a wonderful array of students, but there doesn't seem to be that balance of men and women as I would expect to see these days. So that's what attracted me to Girls Security, and knowing that the work that the organization does to bring more women into the field really resonated with me.
Yeah, and to emphasize your point, here at the Center for Homeland Defense and Security, we have an executive leaders program. And, you'd think that we would be a little more advanced in terms of the ratio of men to women, but we're just not there yet. And then I think that's why this particular girl security initiative is so important. So tell us, what is it?
So Girl Security is an organization that is dedicated to inspiring girls and young women to pursue careers in national security. And we do that through a variety of ways. We have programs, we have workshops, we have events, and we do all these combination of things to attract and support and create this community of girls and young women to move into the fields and to not just get in there, but to thrive when they get there. And we also are on a mission to change the culture and the stereotypes surrounding careers in national security. So we want to flood the national security market with ethical, sharp, informed young women that can really change the way that we do things in the national security arena for the better.
And give us an example of how you attract those young women.
So we have a few ways that we do that. We have a foundational program. It's called our mentorship program, and we pull from high schools and colleges throughout the country, and we focus on low opportunity zones. So those places where there is high violence and where there is low income, for example, we try to pull from those places and get these girls into the mentorship program where they're matched up with a national security professional, either an early career professional or a senior professional or anywhere in between. And they have an opportunity to learn about the field, learn about different avenues to get in the field and how to do well. So that program has really paid lots of dividends, and it has brought in a lot of girls and who want to move on and learn more. We also have a workforce fellowship program, and that is for a slightly older age group, college age, and those young women participate in a several week-long paid fellowship in which we give them very practical skills and knowledge to help them succeed in a career in national security. And then the final stage of that is for those who are ready to get into the field, and that's our professional advancement piece of our work. And that's when we provide pathways for our participants to get into the fields, be that through internships or fellowships or entry-level positions, helping to position them to get in the door.
Gosh, I sure wish this was available when I was younger. I would have loved to have this opportunity.
Me
So
too.
we have a ton of wonderful executive women and women who are advancing into leadership positions. How can we get them involved? What are some ways that they're watching this video and they're inspired? What can they do to get involved with girl security?
Well, I would say two things, Heather. The first is that we are always looking for women in the field who want to serve as mentors. We're always looking for those women of color, women with different types of abilities, transgender women, anyone who has been in the field and feels like they have wisdom and experience to share. We want them in our tribe to share that with our mentees. So that's one. The second one is we would love for senior women to kind of serve as our ambassadors, understand what we do, and help us in a practical way to open up opportunities. So we're always looking for strategic partnership opportunities with our senior women in the field. So that could be helping us to develop an internship program, a shadowing program, a fellowship program, or anything of the like that has practical value for our participants.
And would that include things like webinars for engagement? So, maybe you interviewing other executives to kind of give an idea of what's out there, because I mean, a lot of young women probably just don't even know the many kinds of jobs you can have in government.
Oh, absolutely, Heather. We are really open to that. We do workshops, we do webinars, and we would love to have senior women come in and participate with us in that. And not only those in the government too, I can say those in the private sector as well, because national security, as you said, is so vast. So those in academia, those in government, those in private sector, in industry, we welcome them all because there are so many paths in national security, and we want to expose our girls and our young women to all of them.
Well, that's exciting. So we're going to make sure the website is up here, and of course your contact information. But can you give me just one example of how this program has affected a young woman?
Absolutely. We've had so many. We've had about 10,000 participants through all of our programming combined, co-branded events with partners, our mentorship fellowship program, and we have also graduated hundreds. I think we have about 400 to 600 mentees who have gone through our program in just the short time that we've been around. So that's really exciting. So one example of many, there are so many like inspiring stories that we could talk all day, but one in particular that jumps to mind is a young woman. She came to the US as a child, as a refugee from a war zone. And she had experienced a lot of trauma in her life. And she was very interested when she came here in torture. She had experienced and witnessed that, and she was interested in that when she came to the US. So she found Girl Security, and she went through our mentee program, our mentorship program. She went through the fellowship program. And now she works in the Office of the Director of National Intelligence in their transparency office, which focuses on torture issues. And I think her story is very beautiful because it comes full circle. It shows how a young girl can be impacted by a security issue in her personal life and then go on to focus on that as a national security issue that not only impacts her and her family, but the wider country. And she's a first generation college student. So she's opening up her family to more opportunity and economic advancement as well. So I really love her story. And for that story, there are many other stories just like that are inspiring and that keep us going.
I know you can inspire me all day long. This is fantastic. So I can't wait to share this with our national security leaders, because I believe that each and every one of them really does want to create opportunities for our new workforce, and especially girls and young women. So Jorhena, thank you so much for the work you're doing. You're inspiring all of us, along with the rest of Girl Security. I can't wait to engage with you and the rest of our national security apparatus around this nation. Any final words?
Well, I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I'm excited about this work, and I look forward to working with your network and others to make it happen.
All right, let's do this.